Well, needless to say, the Oscars 93rd ones were quite a mixed bag indeed. I wasn't so sure how to take the approach of it. I did like the way they set up the display, where it was set inside a train station, which I think many years ago, I probably visited that one, but I couldn't quite remember. It was to meet some family members. But getting back to the point as far as picks are concerned, it was mainly the technical categories that were quite spot on. I was happy to see that Soul would win for Best Score and Animation, which was predictable, and I would agree with the decision. Sound of Metal won a few, especially in these sort of technical categories. I believe, obviously, sound, which is very appropriate. And I think for like cinematography, I think it was a particular film as well. But getting back to the point of everything in general, supporting actor, I was happy to see Daniel Kaluuya win from Judas and the Black Messiah. He was very good in that particular film, very lively and energetic, that captured Fred Hampton's spirit. Among other matters are concerned, I don't agree quite as much with the main categories that you're probably watching this video for this very reason, because I, as being someone who knows about film and has went to the cinema for a very long time now, I know a few things or two, but let's just say they were both disappointments and some surprises. I was suspecting Emerald Fennell to win for A Promising Young Woman. I thought, Aaron Sorkin's got this in the bag, but there you go. I wouldn't have chosen that, but there you go. I would have picked out Sound of Metal out of the two. If you've seen Trial of Chicago 7, just go out and check on YouTube and watch Chicago 10 instead. Much more interesting film, and it's a documentary that's animated by Walter Bashir about that trial and the rise of the New Left in the late 60s. As far as actress and actor is concerned, I wouldn't have gone out with that. I do think choosing Anthony Hopkins and Frances McDormand might have been way too safe a bet. I was under the presumption that Chadwick Boseman was going to win. Maybe another actress was going to win, perhaps Andra Day, but that didn't happen. I think the audience didn't quite know how to approach that, and Frances McDormand leaving so soon for her speech, and then Anthony Hopkins not even bothering to appear the camera to talk about his role was very bizarre. And the fact that they put the actor and actress nominations and wins at the very end after Best Picture is just absolutely bizarre indeed. I'm not so sure what was going on through the people who managed and produced the Oscars themselves. What were they thinking themselves? I'm still trying to get my head around that. And then, among other matters, Nomadland, that won for Best Picture, which I'm happy for, but to be honest with you, I'm being a little bit skeptical around this time, mainly because of its perceived love from all the academies. If a film gets too overrated, I'm probably going to be turned off a little bit by it. And also, the whole Amazon warehouse claim saying it wasn't going critical enough does not help the film if it wants to promote and depict a message about the plight of the working classes. It is a very difficult time indeed, especially with the pandemic, as so many people have lost their jobs or have to settle for less. That they could have gone a little bit harder. So by this assessment, I will stick by my decision of putting Judas and the Black Messiah and The Sound of Metal above Nomadland, at least for this time being. But I'm happy for the categories that they did win, and I'm happy for Nomadland to some degree, but probably a little less so than what I usually would have been. So there you have it. Overall, it's a mixed bag, but I think the humor coming from Lil Rel's Howie's part, you probably know as the funny person from Gary Plays, the Transportation Security Administration agent, he was absolutely hilarious, going to Daniel Kaluuya himself, and then Glenn Close and a few others talking about, did you know this song, was it nominated, did it win, or was it even not on anything? And then Questlove doing the mixing and decks. And the In Memoriam was very nice there too. And just the opening bit where they're talking about how things have certainly changed a great deal because of the pandemic is very important to touch on indeed. And for that short film, I believe for regular, I did like that they picked If Anything Happens to You, I Love You for animation. That was a good choice. You can see that on Netflix. But that short film about the strangers, he said the police kill 3 people every day. That was very important, because even with that George Floyd trial and Derek Chauvin being considered guilty, they're still out killing people, especially if you're the wrong color. So you look like this, no love. And I think that had to be said, and it had to be made. I'm very glad that point got out. So yes, there you have it. That's my views on the 93rd Academy Awards. Till later, subscribe for more content.